Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and crypto markets are rallying as I'm recording this. It is currently, 9:11 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm in the Midwest in the good old United States, and over the last few hours, things have been getting hot, like a Moon Lambo hot jam. Take a look at this. XRP's at 47.6 cents. Bitcoin, though, look at this, $53,350. We've been approaching all sorts of interesting levels. You got the market cap at $1,647 billion, and Bitcoin dominance at 60.38%. So I'm going to share with you opinions from a couple chart analysts on this exact topic that have been sharing their opinions just within the last few hours. But I also want to talk, in addition to that, about the idea that there is not enough XRP for every human on the planet. There really, truly is not. And not literally that you won't be able to purchase it if you want to, but there's so little available. So here's the thing, and I'll flesh this out as the video goes on. But people that don't know what the hell they're talking about, and also people that are ideologically driven. For think Bitcoin maxi types, you see 100 billion XRP maximum, and you think, oh, that's too much. That could never be worth very much. And if you're a Bitcoin maximalist, you want that to be true because any sort of FUD you can throw out there, that's what you're going to do. But it's just not the case. And it's true also, though, for Bitcoin. And so I'll explain just what I mean, but I am going to start the video by the latest on what's going on in terms of price action and what we can expect. Because with the recent pump, the question is it going to stop? Are we going to see a reversal in the near term and ultimately plummet back down to some of the levels that we've been talking about? Is Bitcoin going to go back down to $38,000 to $40,000? Now, I do want to be clear that I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who likes to make YouTube videos about XRP and Ripple and crypto and all that jazz. That is indeed all that it is. So it's been interesting to see this. This, like what we've been seeing today, this certainly was not out of the card. It was certainly potentially within the cards, right? But even what we're seeing right now, just because we're seeing it move up, the price of Bitcoin move up dramatically, which is absolutely leading the market, this doesn't yet mean, it does not yet mean that it's just going to go blast off without any additional retracement to all-time highs. We don't know yet. We need to let time pass. And so as we're looking at this, I did want to share this tweet from Anthony Pompliano. He's a Bitcoin maximalist, but outside of the maximalism, I find that I agree with him on most stuff having to do with crypto. It's just the idea of one coin to rule them all. It's utter nonsense. It just is. Other than that, I think he mostly hits the nail on the head. There are other things there's certain things I disagree with him on. Like he pretends like the centralization of mining, he pretends that's not an issue, but I mean, I shouldn't say pretend. He probably believes what he's saying, right? But I don't share those views. But here's what he wrote. The diamond hands meme is born out of one of the timeless investing principles. Long-term holders usually outperform short-term traders. Now that is just like a fact of life. If you're the type of person, and just be aware of this, I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold. It's not financial advice. I just think that if you look at historically who benefits the most in the stock market, who benefits the most investing in the cryptocurrency asset class, and the answer is those people that don't day trade and those people that don't emotionally buy and sell. And so who's left? It just means people that are holding. Absolutely, that's the case. Because can you imagine? Like, if your whole strategy, or a big part of your strategy, is assuming that something's going to drop, a crypto is going to drop, and then picking up an extra 3% or 5% or 10% gains, just these little bitty dribbles here. Maybe you'll be right a number of times, but the one time you're wrong and then you get a 10 to 100-fold increase, you are wrecked, son. Even if you're financially up, you're going to be hating yourself. And so this is what people do, though. They try and chase these small gains, when in the world of crypto, that's one of the exciting things about participating here, is the idea that there's such lopsided gains compared to any other freaking asset class. And so I'm absolutely not going to chase that. Also, on the flip side, I see that the whole market's moving in tandem. It won't always do that. As the market matures, people will sufficiently parse out the differences between cryptocurrencies, and they should in the future. I believe they will in the future be more sufficiently priced in terms of what they're actually doing to solve real world problems, actual utility, actual value. But in the short term, since they don't, people in general are just betting on the asset class as a whole. So when I see dips, am I going to panic sell knowing that it's clear to me at least, this is how humans behaving? Am I going to panic sell? No, absolutely not, because I am betting on the asset class as a whole also. And yes, I do think ultimately fundamentals will matter. They just today sufficiently do not matter. Which is kind of silly, but humans are humans. I'm just observing how they're acting. I think it's stupid, but it is how they're acting. And so I watched a video from my fellow XRP YouTuber, Blockchain Backer, earlier today, and he said a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not going to try and summarize the whole thing, but there's certainly an acknowledgement within that video of, hey, we don't know for sure which way the market's going to go. Of course, Bitcoin leads all of this, but after that video, which he put out this morning, there's been a lot of stuff happening. He's been tweeting some stuff and some interesting levels to look at. So I thought I'd share with you a couple of his thoughts here that were just from within the last 1 to 3 hours, basically. And so here's a tweet from Blockchain Backer. Wrote, this is 3 hours ago, actually. So my time, it would be 5:56, so a little over 3 hours ago. Next up is the total market cap of altcoins plus Bitcoin, now approaching the 0.702 at $1.61 trillion and critical levels of interest up to 1.65 trillion. And so that 702 level, if you watch his videos, you know that's a key level that he's always focusing on. Makes sense. And as far as 1.65 trillion, I know it was a hair below just a second ago, but before I hit record, it actually was above 1.65 trillion. So we'll see. I mean, maybe he wants to look more so at where things are going to close for the day, but regardless, it went up there. And so he was just citing here, even just an hour ago, he wrote, it's working its way up there, Bitcoin approaching key levels. And he's even citing, there's something in here, I think he was talking about, Ethereum somewhere too. Here's another tweet. Here we go. Total altcoin market cap closes the day above 0.786 at 626.5 billion, the last Fibonacci retracement level. And he wrote, and this is from 3 hours ago, Ethereum, the largest component of this market cap, approaches its 0.702 retrace/resistance level. And then you can see follow up again later, Ethereum gets through. So things are heating up, and so he didn't articulate in these tweets that he now thinks there's sufficient evidence to believe that Bitcoin's going to keep rallying up or that it will tank. But I can share with you that Credible Crypto has not changed his stance. He's still absolutely, despite this action, anticipating that we will see a move down. And so just 4 hours ago, Credible Crypto tweeted out to his 130,000 Twitter followers the following. For those asking if we are still going to get a dip to buy X alt cheaper, so pick your altcoin, it's all going to come down to Bitcoin. If we reject and get the drop I'm expecting, you'll get that dip on your favorite altcoin too. If we don't, you won't. Wait for the correction or a bullish break on Bitcoin. And then somebody named King of Chaz wasn't too impressed with this tweet and wrote the following. LOL, this is not a prediction worth anything. Wait for it to go up or go down, which is, in my opinion, an unsophisticated way of looking at that particular tweet from Credible Crypto. Credible Crypto did respond to that with the following just an hour ago. Let's see what the actual time was. 7:51 p.m. So yeah, more like an hour and a half ago, fine. And so Credible Crypto responded to King of Chaz and wrote, congrats, you finally realize these markets can go both up and down. Yes, at major supply, you don't long. You wait for either 1, a break of the area of resistance to buy the breakout, or 2, a rejection and a correction to buy the dip. I've already said which I'm expecting. So even as recently as an hour and a half ago, he still thinks that what the charts are indicating, you are going to see a breakdown in the levels that he had been talking about, was Bitcoin going down to anywhere from $38,000 to $40,000. The blockchain backer, although hasn't indicated if he has a change in his stance in terms of the probability of the outcome, he has certainly stated that a notable up or down action is possible, and he also did cite potentially that $38,000 level, completely in line in that sense with what Credible Crypto wrote, which certainly caught my attention. So we do have to wait a little bit to see exactly what's going to happen here. I'm hoping it breaks down because I will purchase anyone's fear. If somebody wants to freak out because all the lemmings are running off a cliff, I'm not going to be a lemming running off a cliff. I'm going to back up the truck and just scoop a bunch of crypto and just put it in the truck and just go. I don't actually have a truck. I have a couple vehicles, but not a truck. But I'm just saying, for this video, pretend I have a truck. I'm just gonna scoop it all, throw it in the back, and then off we go. I've purchased all of your fear, and now you can sleep easy now that you're fearless. I've purchased all of your fear. I will take on the responsibility of holding this cryptocurrency for you. Now, of course, given that this the asset class, like I said, moves together, and that it's what do you think, it's never going to go up again? I suspect that you selling your fear to me is something that in the future you will regret. That's my guess. So again, not telling you to buy or sell or hold. No financial advice. You do what you want to do. I'm just making my opinion on this whole thing clear. Now here's a headline from Cointelegraph. The number of Bitcoin held on exchanges crashed 20% in 12 months. And so let's talk about this. This is what I want to talk about. There's not enough XRP for everyone. There's also not enough Bitcoin for everyone. Not at these prices, anyway. Not that XRP and Bitcoin are no longer going to be traded on exchanges. No. Of course, that's silly. That's not what I'm talking about here. But consider this. And some of you may have heard me say this before, but there's so many new subscribers. I want to make sure that you guys are aware of this. There is not that much Bitcoin today available for sale. There's a max supply of 21 million Bitcoin. About 18.5 million Bitcoin have been mined to date. About, and there's, you have to estimate a little bit. About 5 million Bitcoin have been lost forever. That is an estimate, but you can there are ways you can look at. So the Bitcoin blockchain, it's public. You can see, okay, how long have there been these dormant addresses? Would there really be that many people if they had access to these old accounts? That do you think they would not have taken their fortunes by now? So you can look at things like that, and you can kind of figure out, okay, it's reasonable to speculate that this Bitcoin's just lost forever. And so let's just say that's another 5 billion, and then the rest of it's in deep cold storage. There are certainly some retail speculators that are very long, but there have been just institutions and publicly traded companies just snatching up Bitcoin like crazy. And as I record this, at least the most recent number I saw was it's estimated somewhere in the neighborhood of about 2 million Bitcoin out of 21 million ever. About 2 million is available for purchase today. That's it. 2 million. 2 million. Think about that. So you've got Bitcoin as I record this, $53,641, and there's only 2 million left. Consider that at this point, as I record this, it's estimated that a little over 1% of humans on the planet have ever purchased any crypto. Now, most people start with Bitcoin, so it's probably reasonable to suspect that the vast majority of that would have at least held Bitcoin, maybe some other coins as well, but 1% of humans, they were able to push the price up from nothing at start, because initially Bitcoin was worth literally nothing. They were able to push it from that in 12 years to 53,000 and change per coin, with 1% of humans having ever owned it. There's not enough Bitcoin for everyone on the planet, not at these prices. And so if you're a holder of Bitcoin and you've got one Bitcoin, you're in a super rare position. You really are. And there are people listening now that I know have more than that, because 12 months, less than 12 months ago, it was worth 3,000. I don't know, what did it get down to last March? 3,800, something like that. So there are people that snatched up a bunch of them, but there aren't that many people that have. And so it went from 3,800 to 53,000 and whatever as I record this. But things are just getting started. So even if, let's just say that blockchain backers are right, as he thinks that Bitcoin's going to get up to 70 or 80,000, that's it for the cycle. That'll be the height. And then it craters back down. So even if it goes, if you have a huge bubble pop, like historically has been the case, 80 to 90%, my gosh, it'll still go back. You'll still end up with a higher low, I certainly suspect. And then you will see an even greater rally the next time around here. But even if that happens, I'm just saying, holy hell, you're talking about almost no humans on the planet having ever purchased it. Now think about XRP. XRP, max supply of $100 billion. You guys familiar with this website, though? It's the XRP rich list. If you type in your URL here, ledger.exposed, it will bring up this website. And you can see that there are total of 2,616,158 XRP accounts as I record this video. So let's just round it, 2.6 million. Consider that in 2017, when XRP ran from 20-something cents up to almost $4, it was closer to about a million. I can't remember if it was plus or minus a million accounts total. So let's just use a million. Let's just say, because I know it's not far off. It's not exact, but it's close enough just to get the concept, which is what I'm trying to get across here. I'm not trying to be that precise with numbers. I want to get the concept across to you. So let's just say when XRP went from 20 something cents to close to $4, there were 1 million accounts. Now there's 2.6 million accounts. Well, when there were only 1 million accounts, that represented roughly 0.001% of humans on the planet having ever at any point in time held XRP. 0.001% of humanity pushed XRP from a starting price of 0 because it initially didn't have a price. It was worth nothing. So in 8 years, roughly. Well, now it's been around 8 years. At the time, more like 5 years, whatever. So think about it. 5 years. 0.001% of humans push the price of XRP from nothing to almost $4. And so when people think that, oh my God, 100 billion XRP, it's way too much, and market cap and this and that. Well, market cap's a bad argument. If you think that market cap's too high and that much money won't flow in, you don't understand that that's not representative of how much money flows in. All it is a calculation of the current market rate times circulating supply. That's it. That's all that it is. And it is not an indication of how much money actually flowed in. And so you can, if you just logically think through this, if 0.001% of humans push the price of XRP up to almost $4, and there's so many more people in the space now, clearly so many more people that have purchased XRP along the way since then, where do you think this is going to go? And then keep in mind, the whole market's moving together. The whole market. XRP has great fundamentals. The reason that XRP ran up to $4 a few years ago was not because of fundamentals. When XRP breaks out this market cycle, my belief is that it will not be because of fundamentals. Now, fundamentals, like I said, will sufficiently matter more so in the future. They just don't right this second. But that's just an indication of the degree to which we're in a nascent asset class. But I'm telling you, as the maturation continues here, you're going to see some crazy stuff happen. And so then you can think about this tweet from Anthony Pompliano, which said in part, long-term holders usually outperform short-term traders. Well, I've been purchasing XRP since November of 2017. I last purchased XRP beginning part of October of last year, 2020. So almost 3 whole years I was purchasing, dollar cost average in, along with some larger purchases for me towards the tail end of that acquisition period for me. But I've never sold a single XRP. I am the epitome of a long-term holder, and I'm an outlier. And I'm not bragging saying that. I'm just saying, like, I don't let my emotions dictate what I do. I take in data, and if it's something that I believe, then I act accordingly. Even if I feel something, I'm going to act based off of the data, not how I feel. That's what I do. And so I'm just sitting here recognizing that XRP today is not being sufficiently valued based on fundamentals. It's just following Bitcoin, and I think Bitcoin's going to go a lot higher. And I know that altcoin season, my gosh, even if it technically started, we haven't seen the true madness that is going to unfold in the coming months over the rest of this year, and maybe even into part of next year. We'll see how long the market cycle goes, at least the crazy parabolic upward action portion of it. But I personally believe it's coming. And so this is going to be the most exciting year in the history of crypto. I believe that. And so kudos to you for making yourself informed, whether you decide to buy or sell or hold, whatever you're doing. Congratulations on just being here in the nascent stages of this asset class, because this is a once in a species event. So many people say it's a once in a generation event. I say no. The advent of crypto happens once, unless you think that we're going to lose internet because we I don't know. What are we going to do? Battle ourselves, like nuke the planet, and now it's all gone, and now we have to start. Okay, then maybe. Outside of something like that, it's a once-in-a-species event. It really is. And here we are for this at the beginning. And at the beginning is when there's this opportunity for transformational wealth, for asymmetrical gains. But as time passes, the degree to which the asymmetrical gains exist, it's going to become diminished as more money flows in. It's going to take more and more money to get a doubling, tripling, quadrupling effect in whatever your investment is. And so this is a really figuratively magical time to be involved in this space, and I'm really excited about it. So again, congratulations, whatever you want to do, whether you buy or sell or hold. But I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything, because of anything that I say or write, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.